Hello my friends and welcome to Have You Seen This? A show that I do now where I look at stuff that happened on the internet last week and I talk about it. Last week, Mr. Beast tried to shag Mariah Carey. British woman humiliates angry little British man, and American man eats too much food. So Mr. Beast decided to stop giving away money and now he's trying to steal hearts. So this third of the Lunchly Bunch decided that after hitting 400 million subscribers, his stocks are now high enough to take a shot at the Christmas lady. It just so happens that the lyrics to that song were not about him, because it turns out the offer of equity in Feastables, a collab on Mr. Beast Gaming and I Know KSI were not enough to be all she wants for Christmas, because she says she doesn't know him and then he explodes.
I don't know him.
Jimmy, if every explosion you ever does results with money coming out, then please do get in contact with me ASAP. I will not be elaborating any further. But look at him go though, he's looking more new build and financed Audi A3 every single day. He'll be doing the chava and saying no way bruv in no time. But some are calling it genius, some are calling it Gen Z bait. I personally just think it's quite scary. This little walk and this little finger action, I'm definitely going to need $1 million therapist versus $1 therapist to help me unsee this. But shooting your shot with Mariah Carey, flopping, I really wonder if Mrs. Beast is going to leave his circle, leave him stranded at sea, or put it in his chocolate factory. $100,000 strap-on versus $1 rose toy. You've been a bad boy, Jimmy Beast.
I guess it turns out Bonnie Blue's actually a man.
So last week, Bonnie Blue decided that she wanted to be tied up in a glass box and let 2,000 men do whatever they want to her over the course of 2 days. However, somehow, that wasn't the most bizarre and unpredictable thing that could happen when attached to her name. Because after I made my video on her petting zoo antics, not only did she get banned from woke Patreon, she in fact made a video directed at the leader of the brick army, ImAllexx. The prick with a brick posted a video reacting to Bonnie Blue's antics, where she does her usual yapping about liking them young looking and barely legal.
Barely legal.
Well, Alex gave all of his opinions on the matter. I know you don't care, I don't either. But after he made his long form video, he made a short form video on his TikTok. And this is where things get interesting.
Why do those guys look like they've just got back from a Grand Theft Auto 5 heist mission?
Great input there, mate. We've all missed you. But this is kind of how the video goes. He kind of just says enough to make the video a minute long so he can earn a bit more money. And it kind of felt like my granddad got hold of a phone and started trying to make a TikTok.
I hope they have a good time or whatever. I don't know. Is that the right thing to say at the end? Have a good day?
But after this, Bonnie Blue decided to hit back.
Alex, everything I do is about pleasure and enjoyment. Something you should probably take note of. I know you've only got 2 inches down there, but you are not going to turn your girl on by threatening to bash her in with a brick.
I never thought I'd say this, but unbelievably rare Bonnie Blue dub. I guess a broken clock is right twice a day. Broken cock if you put it in her wee. But if you told me at the start of the year that ImAllexx is going to make a comeback and then get roasted by Bonnie Blue, I'd probably assume you'd be dumb enough to go in her lines. But how low do you have to be for Bonnie Blue to have the moral high ground? But from internet sensation to internet conspiracy, people are saying Bonnie Blue is a man. And in my opinion, this is a prime example of if you go on TikTok long enough, people will do your thinking for you.
I guess it turns out Bonnie Blue's actually a man. I bet those 1,000 men might be on suicide watch right now. But yeah, she is basically confirmed a transgender. It says it right here. I mean, she's spoken about her sex change at 13, when she was 13 years old.
So because a bloke on TikTok showed a Wikipedia screenshot, I guess I have to believe it now. I really didn't want to go into this too much because, well, it's no one's business. And let's be honest, no one really knows anything either. But I just find it quite funny that people are looking at this photo and going, oh, yep, okay, Bonnie Blue must be a man. Because of this one picture on the internet, Bonnie Blue is now trans. My friends, AI is a thing. And if she supposedly had a sex change at 13, please explain this picture. How is that someone younger than 13? Like, I know she looks at least mid-30s and she claims to be 25, but like, can we just bring back thinking, please? Have we all used ChatGPT so much that we can no longer think for ourselves? And at first, I genuinely thought this was bait until people started commenting on my posts, asking me if I knew that Bonnie Blue had a sex change. Am I insane, or is this just people believing everything they see? Honestly, this makes me so mad that I could go outside a building and shout at it. Now this individual, Natalie Reynolds, she's had a bit of an interesting week. So she went viral for standing outside of TikTok's headquarters and shouting a bit. Now my friends, it is reported that she is appealing a ban by standing outside the building of the very people who banned her and shouting at them. But let's be honest, if you're familiar with this person, you know but there is not a real bone in their body. And no, I don't mean they're made out of jelly, it's just the only thing she's known for is tricking a homeless person into swimming when they couldn't, then running away when they needed help. And literally all of this was staged.
She's drowning in the lake.
So cool, guys. Like and subscribe for drowning homeless people. In fact, not only did she post this weird fake prank, she also posted a public apology for it.
It's a public apology to the lady I left in the lake and almost ruined her entire life. I'm calling it right now. Hello? Hi, this is Natalie Reynolds from the lake situation.
The lake situation is crazy. Yeah, sorry for drowning you, lake lady, but do you mind if we call this the lake situation? I think the commentary scene will love it.
Oh my god, it's Natalie from the lake. Yeah, I just was calling to say that I'm really sorry and I regret it so bad.
Listen, it's okay. I've been trying to talk to you for so long.
I know.
Sweetie, it's okay. We all mess up.
Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me.
The more I watch of this, the more I think she thinks people will think it's real. I assumed after watching some of her other videos that this is kind of her thing. The joke is people outside of the joke don't know it's a joke. But this is just painful. And based off the comments, everybody knows that this is her fella putting on a voice. But she is literally known for that, and apparently copying someone else for her whole career. But after this weird video of her being banned, she decided to literally put the fries in the bag and start a job at Wendy's. Wendy's influencers are gonna stop doing things like this. Influencers cosplaying as people just doing a normal job has never worked. It's never looked good. You always look like a dick. You're literally saying to your audience, my life has got so bad, I'm doing what you're doing, you fucking scum. Speaking of fries in bags.
Hey, so I might be the dumbest person of all time.
Now last week, YouTuber called Sir Yacht decided it would be a great idea to go to every Buc-ee's restaurant in America in a 2-week period. That's 54 locations, by the way. And no, viewers, I know what you're thinking, this is not standard behavior for people over there. This is a big deal. And day 2, he started his vlog by saying he's already got a shitty bum. Not a good start.
First thing I did was destroy a toilet.
At this rate, he's probably going to leave a literal trail for all of his viewers to follow. Especially when you see that some days he's visiting multiple stops. Day 7, for example, this man is eating at 11 different locations. If this doesn't tell you that the air is different over there, I don't know what will. And it seems as though everyone is extremely supportive. Land of the free, home of the strange. But on a real though, all jokes aside, he is doing it for a good cause, so I'll leave a link to the GoFundMe in the description. But after all of that eating, you might be thinking, I need a poo. So I'm going to talk about a little shit.
I need my chain, bro.
Jack Doherty was spotted at a nightclub trying to be friends with rapper Lil Baby. Although this looks like Lil Baby was leaning in for a kiss, a little smooch if you will, he was in fact stealing Jack's chain. Now my friends, robbing people and stealing is not funny. But Jack Doherty is literally known for being a wrong'un who just goes around trying to upset people and cause stress to people in public, so is it okay to rob him? You let me know in the comments. But after this interaction, Jack follows the Baby crew outside to his car to ask for his chain back.
I need my chain, bro. Bro, I need my chain, bro. No, bro.
Get emoted on, you silly little boy.
And Lando Norris is out of this race!
I will defend him. Last week in Montreal, Canada, Twitch streamer Lando Norris took part in a Formula 1 race with some other streamers including Max Verstappen and Franz Hermann. After a tricky qualifying session, Lando Norris started the race in P7. Given the fact that he's in a championship fight, not ideal. Especially when his main championship rival, Oscar Piastri, was starting in P3. Now after starting on a different tyre to the front runners, Lando was on a different strategy. One that Ferrari tried, and failed.
Plan B.
I think plan C. Why didn't we vote?
Well, Plan B.
But after laying down some stonking laps, Lando was closing the gap like crazy. By lap 62, he was in touching distance of his teammate Oscar Piastri. After several laps of being stuck behind his teammate, he went for a move into the hairpin on lap 66. And after what looked like one of the greatest moves in Formula 1 history, it was now time for a drag race down one of the longest straights on the Formula 1 calendar, both cars being aided by DRS. Now this is where my week became ruined, because after Oscar retained the position by being later on the brakes into the final chicane, Lando had the better drive off the corner and he was sizing up a move. This is where Oscar Piastri showed that he is in fact evil and he was sent to this planet to ruin Lando Norris's chance of ever being a world champion. He clearly pressed a button on his steering wheel which made his car wider, which forced Lando Norris into the wall and out of the race. There was literally not a single gap where he could have gone, nowhere at all. Having said that out loud, I do believe that I should stress that that was in fact a joke. Stop typing your comments and don't try and cancel me on Twitter. Thank you very much. However, 2008. In 2008, Lewis Hamilton won his first world championship, but more notably in this season, he won the opening race in Melbourne. Who won the opening race in Melbourne this season?
Lando Norris!
Do you see where I'm going with this? Lewis and Lando both went on to underperform in Bahrain. They both had their second win of the season at Monaco. This means that Lando's going to win at Silverstone and then win the world championship on the final day by the finest of margins. You heard it here first. But you didn't actually, I nabbed this off Twitter. But case closed, thank you for coming. Any other opinion is irrelevant and incorrect. And you have to believe me because I'm the man on the internet with the camera and the microphone. And now for my own health and to get over the Canadian Grand Prix and the fact that I realise my viewers probably don't give a shit, I'm going to move on. In fact, I'm actually going to call it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Any sort of feedback on this as a series going forward, I would genuinely really appreciate. I do kind of like the video of going forward, having a bit of a longer video every week where I can just talk about stuff that I want to talk about. I know that sounds very me, I, self, but I'm the YouTuber. You watch me. No, but seriously, I have genuinely wanted to do something like this for a little while, so if you did enjoy, please do genuinely let me know and I will continue to do it. Just call me series man. I'm not saying I'm not going to make videos on individuals or individual topics, but I don't know, I kind of just like compiling things into one. And sometimes just talking about things that I wouldn't normally talk about that I think could be quite funny, but they don't really necessarily make a good thumbnail and title, because YouTube is formulaic. So on that note, I'll see you in a bit. Bye.